ClickUp webhooks. That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to tell you what webhooks actually are, what advantage they have, how you can use them, and why they might be better for your automation rather than just pulling tasks into your Integromat or wherever you are automating things. That's our topic today. Let's talk Webhooks 101. Hi everybody, I'm Yvonne Heimann with AskEvie.com, and I am a business efficiency consultant for digital entrepreneurs. And if you want to optimize, systemize, and automate your ClickUp and your business, you are perfect right here today for this video because we are talking webhooks. This question came up in my Discord community where people are starting to talk about my content creation template that is going live with a big update on December 1st, 2021. And part of that was webhook automation. So some of our members were asking like, what is a webhook actually? What does it do? How does this thing work? And with that, I figured, why just tell my Discord community? Let me make sure that my whole community knows what webhooks are. Think of it as a push. That's how I think of it. Meaning when something happens in ClickUp, it pushes out automation to wherever you want to do something else, rather than your tool like Integromat, Integrately, Zapier, whatever, constantly going and checking. So specifically with a tool like Integromat that might go out there and keep checking on, okay, did something change? Did something change? You are using a lot of resources, which is going to cost you more. So here is your first advantage of using webhooks over the ClickUp quote native connection. Let me show you what I mean by that. Now, when you're looking right here in Integromat, this is a webhook integration, meaning you add a webhook, I called it testing webhook, cool, fine, awesome. You grab this URL and that's what goes into ClickUp. I'll show you how to set up your webhook in just a second, so stick around. Once this is set up, ClickUp will call Integromat and say, hey Integromat, something happened, we need to do something with this. So the moment this is all set up, and I will show you how to do that, the moment this webhook triggers and ClickUp says, ooh, here and there something happened, ClickUp is gonna go out there and say, hey Integromat, something happened, we need to do something. The other way how you can start an automation is by going in here, using ClickUp, and then watch tasks. That says Integromat is going to ClickUp and checking what happened with your task, and going to ClickUp and checking what happened with your task, and going to ClickUp again and checking with your task. And what's gonna happen is this right here. Integromat is gonna go out and check things and check things and check things. And there's actually not any information to pull because nothing has changed, yet you told Integromat to go and check. Yes, you can change the timing of that. Rather than sending out Integromat every 15 minutes or every 60 minutes, you can send them once a day. But still, why? Simply use a webhook so that ClickUp knows, once we set up the automation, again, we'll talk about the how-to in just a second. Once that automation is set up within ClickUp, you are proactively going out there and saying, when this happens, go send information to that webhook. It's like starting the fire and giving smoke signals of something is happening here, right? And now suddenly you are saving yourself a whole bunch of resources. Now let's talk about how to set up webhooks. In this example right now, I'm showing you the Integromat integration with the webhook, how it looks here. In my use case example, you're gonna see Integrately, but no matter where you actually integrate your webhook, it'll work and look similar. In this case, we have the webhook right here. We added a new webhook, and that is going to give you a URL. You need that URL because that's what you're gonna plug into ClickUp. Now in ClickUp, again, you need to decide where you are setting up this automation. In my use case, this automation happens directly in my YouTube folder because I want this to trigger no matter where the task is in my YouTube folder, specifically on one custom field. So with this, you might have heard me talk about this before. I got the video on that automation right here, but let's dive a little bit deeper. We have this automation right here that says when the video stage moves to record, meaning it's a drop-down menu. It's my video stage that every video goes through. The moment I hit that stage of recording my video, I want ClickUp to be like, webhook, we need to do something. Go to work. Cool. Nobody else needs to check because ClickUp is going to call out for me to do this work. And this is where you plug in this URL that you just grabbed in your automation tool. Cool? That easy. That's how easy you set up a webhook in ClickUp. Now, what do you do with this? Let me show you my favorite automation where we use webhooks. Now, this right here is the automation that runs my asset management in Google Drive, actually. So what happens here, and again, right in the video I linked earlier, you'll find it in the description too. What happens in my video production stage, the moment I have done all of my research, I know everything, I know which episode it's going to be, I know what the title is going to be. I need my assets in Google Drive. I need a main folder for the whole episode. I need a raw folder. I need a final folder for my video editing guys. I need a micro content folder. I need all these things. This automation sets this up for me automatically and I don't even have to touch it. It names it, it relinks it, it does all the things. Now right here, what you can see, this first step is an operation is performed in a webhook. It's an API integration. This is where I grabbed my URL in the setup. And this is where all the information comes in. Look at this. This is everything it pulled from ClickUp based on the automation trigger of sending out the information once the task, holy moly, moved into the record stage. Where's the end of this? As you can see, this template is quite big. Now imagine we would send up a tool like Integromat to pull all of this information and check every single time. You see how much resources you suddenly would need and why a webhook is such a big advantage? Cool. Integrately got all of this information. And by the way, I chose Integrately for this automation because I had issues with Integromat as of late to pull in all of the custom fields with the webhook. And I didn't have any problems with Integrately, which is why we went this route. I just like easy and things working. I know this was a lot, so let's take a short breath. Pop in the comment section, let me know what you were considering using webhooks for. I want to know. Now in this case, we grabbed the URL from Integrately, built the automation in ClickUp that says when this task moves into stage to record. So Evie is ready to record everything. Send that information of everything that's in this task to Integrately. Cool? That's where we're at right now. That's all the information that's there. Integrately then creates the episode folder for this specific episode, creates a folder called raw within that main folder, a folder called final within that main folder. It creates another folder called microfinal within that main folder. And here's the magic. Let's open it up. It also updates the task, you know, the task that just sent that information over. It updates that with the URL of that main folder. And now suddenly when we go back into ClickUp, there's the link. That's the example I'm using and I click on it and there's my Google Drive folder. That's how easy it is. Now to wrap everything up, we are using webhooks to save resources rather than using an automation tool to go out there and check and check and check again. We are using resources and tell ClickUp, hey, when this happens, go send information to this webhook. We then integrate that specific webhook with our automation software. That's where we got the URL to send that information to. In my case, over at Integrately, we then move into, okay, we have all of this information. Cool, Evie. Let's do this, 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 and that. And now we are done. And again, you can also plug this into Integromat if you can pull all of the information. Again, I've had a little bit bug going on where it doesn't pull in all of the custom fields, and it's going to save you from this blue line of Integromat checking and checking and checking and checking and using all of the operations you have available to you. Use a webhook, send the information over when it's ready, and don't send Integromat over to check for new information. And this is why we use webhooks and how they work. And if you want to automate your content creation even more, go check out my 5 must-have automations for content creation. If you want to get more nerdy, have you subscribed yet? Come join the community and pop in the comment section. What are you going to automate next?